Hello, welcome back to City Planner Plays, where we are streaming Clearwater County. Thank you all for joining me on such short notice. It's really appreciated, and I'm really excited to get to building some things around this stadium. So there's a lot that I want to do tonight, and I will get to that in a little bit. I just need to turn the music down on my end for a second. Okay. So what I am thinking for tonight, read through the comments for episode 46, and there were so many great comments about this parking facility and some issues with it. This is a bad spot for it. I knew that as soon as I placed it, but I guess I was more focused on the build of the stadium than the parking, and we need to rectify this. Call it a bit of a mulligan. So what we're going to do is move our parking right over here. We've been so willing to carve into the cliffside. There's no reason why we can't do that now. We're also going to add a train station here, pedestrian overpass, and then replace this pedestrian overpass with one of our beautiful cable cars. Because if that's the staple and hallmark of this university, why wouldn't we have that getting to the stadium as well? Having a parking lot here with some of the parking facilities will also allow us to have a place to tailgate, and it'll open this area up for some concessions. The other nice thing about this is we could have some commercial activity in this area, maybe a restaurant or a bar or a place to get a drink and a burger, which seems to have a lot of synergy with what we're doing over here. So very excited about this. I do want to take a quick look at the chat for a second and welcome you all here. Holy cow, there are 913 of us, because I'm going to include myself in that. And I really appreciate you all taking time out of your day to spend some time with me. So one of the reasons that we're having this stream is this is one of my first nights alone in a long time. My family had something to do and I had to work today, so I wasn't able to go along with. So I thought it'd be great to spend the time with you. So very excited about that. I did want to mention a couple of things though. There are a couple of things happening on the channel that are going to change things for a little bit. And it's going to open up an opportunity for somebody. So unfortunately, I am going to be losing Slayzilla, which is really unfortunate for me, but I'm really excited for him. He's going to be moving on to greener pastures, which is going to open up an editor position for somebody. So if there is anyone out there that thinks that they might be interested in becoming an editor, this is your chance. What I'm going to be doing is opening up on the community tab a Google Drive folder with a short video, and I want you to edit it for me. Now, there are a couple requirements that I'm going to have. First of all, I really would love to have someone that is using Final Cut, just so that it's easier for me to come in and change things if I need to. I also want someone who understands the way that I edit, that can speak with me, and that's going to be really important to me. So I'm going to have a full list of requirements, and we will get to that probably in sometime later this week. So best of luck to Slayzilla. I'm gonna miss him. He's a great guy, just an absolutely wonderful person. I hope we still see him around the community from time to time, and he has done an excellent job editing recently. So what that means is for a little while you'll see a little bit more of me editing, and we'll have to see. And let's see. I see. What is the pay like? I'm going to have you name your rate. So that's going to be something. One of the things that's special about this is I want to work with a freelancer or someone who has their own business established, and I will look at their rates, and if it makes sense, then I will certainly consider it. So a couple of messages I missed. Amber, so thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. It means a lot to me. And Boyd of ZINJ, thank you so much for the super chat. It means so much to me. Peter Heyer, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. So let's get disasters going. I don't know about that. I think the very first thing that we're going to do is take a look at our terrain after I show you this. So basically, as soon as I ended the previous video, Johnson Oils reached level 3. So we get large oil pumps, a toy factory, and oil industry storage, and we are going to absolutely take advantage of that. That is something that we are going to continue as we build this area out. I actually went back and forth on whether or not I should detail this area or work over here, but I think that the work over here is just a little more pressing. So this is what we're going to work on. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I want to have a parallel road here after we take a look at our topography. This is going to be very challenging terrain to work with, and we're going to need to respect it. So I'm going to start out by leveling a pad here. We'll take the brush size up a little bit. And I don't want to just wholesale knock everything down, but we are going to make a pretty significant cut here. And this is going to be where we're going to have both our parking facility and our train station. So there we go. Greetings from the Czech Republic. I love your videos, dude. I've been in Clearwater County and Verity. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. I could detail in other areas. Well, I could. I've got unlimited time tonight. That said, I have a lot more editing work to do now, so I've got to figure out how I'm going to navigate that. So what is likely going to happen with the channel content is the Thursday video, which I viewed as optional, kind of like a bonus video. When I didn't have an editor, it'll probably return to that. If not that, what I'll end up doing is having another Verde Beach or Clearwater County in between. The reason for that is it might not be apparent, and maybe it is. My most difficult videos for me to record are the Thursday videos. I generally try to experiment a bit and do some things that maybe are a little outside of my normal or my comfort zone. So because of that, I need additional time for those videos. So just being able to do something that's a little bit easier for me to do. I already have many ideas for both Clearwater County and Verde Beach, so having more Verde Beach or Clearwater County is probably what we're going to be doing for a little while. So things like the content creator pack video, that's probably going to be something that's a little bit on the back burner for a while. Let's see. Let me read a couple of comments. Hey CPP, I got a question that's been bugging me. If you're worried about steep paths, why not get some stair assets? I do plan on getting some stair assets. I need to find the right ones. If anyone has any good stair assets, please let me know, because I would gladly take them. Okay, so I'm stealing this station over here. Oh, and I screwed up. I don't have zoning on this road. So as a result, it's not going to let me place it. So I'll need to make sure that I'm forcing zoning here. So I'll have to steal a different road and upgrade it and then downgrade it and do all that fun stuff. Okay, so now it should allow me to place that. So I figure we'll steal this same station. I haven't mentioned this before, but I look at that station as very likely to be relocated at some point in the future. So I'm not overly concerned about stealing this, because it very well could be relocated to a better spot in the future. Let's see. Greetings from Michigan. Thank you so much. Greetings from Wisconsin. Someone found a Sears Kit Home School asset. If someone found one of those, Armin, I would gladly take it. That would be awesome. So I want to take this. We're going to need to add a bit of separation. I'm too close. I'm unsure of whether or not I want this to actually go all the way through or just provide access from Clearwater County. That is probably where I'm leaning, is not providing access to Van Buren from this. So it would be a limited stop sort of station. I don't know. What do you guys think? We'll do a poll. Should this station go to Van Buren? And I'm going to be asking lots of questions through polls tonight. That's something that I really have enjoyed doing in the streams. So we'll let you guys make some decisions. Greetings from Germany. And while we're waiting for the poll results, yeah, why doesn't everyone drop in where they're from tonight? I see Croatia, Beaverton, Oregon. Beaverton is a good reminder to me that I want to, before Slayzilla leaves, I want to get some more Timberborn videos out, because he had a very distinct style that we were working on. So that might be something that in the next couple of weeks that I have him, I will work with him on. North Carolina, Denver, Calgary, Michigan, whoa, New Delhi, Brazil, Glasgow, Philippines, Scotland, Columbus, Stevens Point, which holds a very special place in my heart. I lived there. Asheville, North Carolina. West Palm Beach, Houston, Germany, Mount Pleasanton, Cambria, Wisconsin. Well, we could meet up in McDonald's or something. We're close. Mesa, Sweden, Canada. Yeah, all over the place. Wausau. Love Wausau. If I wasn't here, I might be in Wausau. Chicago, Denmark, Austin, Texas, Germany, Marshall. Now that is even closer. Jacksonville, Istanbul. Wow, all over the world. And I think, especially for those of you that are coming at difficult to reach, or difficult times, I appreciate you being here, because I know that this is not a time that works well for everybody. And I'm seeing a lot of Americans, but a lot of people from all over the world. Roy Young, thank you so much for the super chat. I love the channel, but poor Johnson Creek people have nowhere to shop. I agree, they need a quick trip. So we're going to be certainly adding one of those very soon. We're not anywhere near done in Johnson Creek. That's going to be a very interesting place. And if you're from my area, you have some ideas of a Johnson Creek, and I might be incorporating some of the ideas from that Johnson Creek into the build. So that'll be the spoiler of the night there. All right, so we're gonna try to make this fit in here. So it's likely gonna be a couple of things. Number one, I'm gonna take this and extend this back just a little ways. So I'm going to go level with this. Ooh, that was bad. Let's see if we can make that any better. And I've got my underground node, so I'll have to come down here. Grab that one and clean it up a little bit. Okay, if there are any rail enthusiasts in here, which I'm sure that there are many, I'm going to apologize up front for what I'm about to do, because I'm sure you're going to be very, very disappointed in me. So what I'm going to do is just make this connection after we level the ground here, and we're going to see how it works. Boyd, thank you so much for the super chat. San Antonio, Texas. And Zinj is where Shalom has kept his diamonds. I don't know what that means. But hopefully I didn't say something offensive. Sokoro, thank you so much for the super sticker. That is an awesome sticker. Let's see. Michael says, love you so much. We pronounce it Oregon. But you're using Oregon. Yeah, you say Oregon, and I say Oregon. So the reason why I say that is we have a city here, kind of like you guys have a Milwaukee that's spelled wrong. We have an Oregon that's pronounced incorrectly. So that's the main reason why I say it incorrectly. It's just and if you say the name the way it's said in the state here, and that's in that town, they will all lambast you because it's wrong. So, all right. So we've made some progress here. This is kind of what I'm thinking. Hopefully this isn't too bad. If it's terrible, let me know, but do so gently. Thalen, thank you so much for the super chat. Hailing from Glasgow. Do you know we have the only motorway in the UK where you can merge with inside fast lanes? Really? That's interesting. So we actually have that in the Madison area too, and it is a mess. So we definitely do that. Emily Quinn lives in my backyard. It's small, so. Joe, thank you so much for the super chat. Huge fan. Thanks for the enjoyable Saturdays. Thank you. And Logan, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm gonna watch the hockey game, but I'll still be able to watch the full stream later. And you are absolutely right, because this will be available on replay as soon as I'm done. So let's unlock this. So we'll come into here and unlock this, and I need to change the track. But here's the thing. I want to figure out what this is, because there are two different track options, and I need to remember which it is. So we're going to look up North American Rail, and then there is a version that has the switch. And if we don't pick that one, they won't be able to switch sides of the track. And I need to remember what it's called. Let's see. We'll select network and see if we can find. All right, so here we got it narrowed down. I'll make this bigger so we can see. Unsinkable. We'll be traveling to Madison for work. Any restaurant recommendations around downtown? Depends on the day of the week. I went to Suero not too long ago as a food truck. Highly recommend it. Otherwise, the old fashioned's always good. So definitely check it out. Tipsy Cow probably has my favorite burger in Madison. So if you're looking for a burger, that's good. And in either of those locations, either Tipsy Cow or at basically any of the restaurants downtown, they have excellent cheese curds, and you got to check it out. So let's see. Joe Pascal, you said hockey. Go Avs, go. So thank you so much for the super chat again, Joe. Brian, oh, that is very generous of you. Let's keep this donation train rolling, pun intended. Thank you so much. That's very generous of you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Amradorn, I need to add some Casey stores for pizza and Hy-Vees for the deli. Yeah, I mean, that's a given. We actually just got our first Casey's, and it's very good. All right, so I think what I need to grab is one of, let's see. I am just blanking. So there is a version with a switch. I'm not seeing it. So let's, because I think if I just add this, it's not going to work. I'll upgrade it and I'll see what it does. But yeah, that wasn't the right one. So it's pretty apparent. I wonder if it's one of these. I'm just going to keep, this is what it is. Okay. So it is the generic double HGRST. So generic style, it's the platform version. That's the thing. You got to have the platform version or it won't work. And Sager gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much. That is, again, one of those perks that's available on this channel, but not many others just yet. And it's just awesome. Really thankful to YouTube for granting that ability to the channel. Planner Duck, thank you so much. Again, during a stream on a vacation in Disneyland. I swear you have a track around me that makes 4 out of 4. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you so much for coming on for a bit from Disney World. I swear you have one of the most fascinating lives of anyone I know. So I appreciate that. There's the economy menu. We don't want to go in there. What we want to do is work our way up to this road from this platform, which is going to be a trick. So what we're going to do is grab the slope terrain tool, pick our top height, and I think that we're going to try to work our way down, or around and up. We'll see how that works. And I'm thinking of using this S-curve tool. We'll see. I've had some problems with node controller. I'm not sure if any of you have as well, but the problem that I've been having is that sometimes when I use it, it will totally like just crash my FPS, and I'll get down to 8 and then need to reload back in. So I don't know if that's just a me thing or if that's a thing that you guys have been experiencing, but let me know. Chris Carlberg, thank you so much for the super chat. Keep up the good work, man. Love catching the lives. I'll be splitting attention between the Lightning game, but to be honest, I'll be paying more attention to this. I appreciate that. Let's economy menu again. We're going to come in here and I'm going to again try to slope this up. It's going to be very steep. It's going to be very, very, very steep. In fact, I'm not even going to risk it with the node controller, or not node controller, network multi-tool. I always do that. I'm going to try not to do that. And Will CS, you are awake. What are you doing, Will? I love you, buddy, but you got to sleep. I appreciate you being here, Will. I really do. Node controller has a conflict with the Surface Painter, I think, but it's only a visual bug. Yeah, I don't think it's that. It's something else, and it's only certain things in the network multi-tool. So in particular, this create connection mode, it has caused my game to just completely go nuts. So I think that that's the right tool to use right now, but I think I'll break the game and I don't want to have to load back in. So we will avoid that. All right, so I'm going to slope this up here, and actual mediocre overclocking. That's an awesome name. Big fan. I recommend this channel to follow to my fellow college peeps often. Any plan to play something like Tropico or Workers and Resources Soviet Republic? Tropico for sure. Workers and Resources I have tried to play, and I am very bad at it, and the documentation is light. So I need to get better at it before I feel comfortable subjecting you to that kind of a video. So I'm not ruling it out. I have it. Actually, big thanks to the elf for providing that for me. And this is, wow, that's way too steep. We're going to need to do more work here. I was hoping that this would work, but we got to go further up, I think. So yes, at some point, Tropico for sure. That new series that I launched this past week, that's where I kind of wanted to take a look at some of the older Tropicos, because the newest Tropico is very good, but it's not my favorite. 4 is my favorite. So I would love to be able to take a look at that and explain what makes it such a great game in my opinion. So, and then the other thing that I'm looking forward to is, and this is maybe another little spoiler, I do have a Steam Deck on order, and I am getting close to the front of the queue, and I'm really excited to see how different games run on there. So I'm going to be busting that out, and we're going to see how that works, because I think that if it works well, it has the potential of being a really nice option for some people. I'm a little dubious on how it'll work, but we'll find out, and I'm excited about that. Robin Weber, Go Pack Go, best channel on YouTube. Greetings from Germany. Thank you so much, Robin. That is awesome, and I agree. Go Pack Go. Looking forward to the next season. DiCapriza, Robin, thank you so much for the super chat. DiCapriza, is there any benefit to creating a separate station track rather than a bypass station from the content creator pack? Not really. The main reason I'm doing this is visual continuity. This is also very small in comparison. There's no parking assets in here. And considering we're going to have a parking lot across the street, I figured there's not really a point in using one of the content creator pack stations. That said, the bypass station, we could take a look and see how that would have worked out. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, right here, that's not a bypass. Let's see. Right here, this one has parking built into it, so it's just not exactly what I'm looking for. We have this elevated bypass station. I don't want to elevate it, so just lots of little things like that that led me to think that this is probably the best choice here. So hopefully that makes sense. And I have not had a drink of my drink yet. So whenever I have these streams, I always say that we're having beers at the City Planner as well. And what I'm having tonight is a Tropical Nimbus. It's a lakefront brewery beer, one of my favorite breweries in Milwaukee. So if you're having a drink, let me know what you're having. Even if you're in Asia, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I think maybe Los Angeles. So I'm having this Tropical Nimbus. Very excited about it. I had a Stella, but after the last stream, I was told that Stella is actually a not a well-respected beer in Europe. So that was kind of funny. Michael Spock, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. And I can't read that. It's characters that I can't understand, but thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. Coke Zero. I wish I had a Coke Zero. I ran out today. That's my soda of choice. Okay, so delicious, absolutely delicious. This is it's tropical, slightly fruity, pineapple, orange, and guava juices and other natural flavors. Very light, refreshing, and fruity, which is great because my office is super hot right now. So, Z Hawaiian, greetings from Tucson. You may want to ask Overcharged Egg about the network multi-tool issue. I believe he found a fix. I'll have to ask about that. Yeah, we were chatting about that, so it'd be great. Victoria, thank you so much. Actually, before I move on to Victoria, Z Hawaiian, thank you so much for this super chat. I really appreciate it. Victoria, if it is not possible to use the speed underground line, yes. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. All right, so now we've got this. I want to make sure that my heights are right. So let's look at that because we've got a little pop-up here. It's kind of weird. So I'm just going to use this height. Well, no, that's not going to work. We're gonna need to just let's just see if we can slope this. I don't know if we have enough nodes to actually slope this, but we're gonna give it a shot. Yeah, that's 3. I think we can live with that. I've read mixed results on whether or not 3 is acceptable. Some people say yes, some people say no, and I say I have not enough knowledge about that to be able to render a judgment either way. Monkey Fit is drinking an Alaskan Amber. If I don't move to the East Coast, I'd be drinking an Alaskan Amber if I move to the East Coast. Bummer. There are certainly regional beers from Colorado. There's not really much from California that I miss, but certainly from Colorado, there are some beers that I miss. California, I think I miss Cactus Cooler the most, more than anything else. Can't get that anywhere else. So maybe Arizona. So, all right, now we've got this. Let's go ahead and we are going to add a parking facility here. And this is something I always struggle with. So we're going to just need to try some things. So I think we're going to go with a big parking facility. I go back and forth on which ones I like to use. And right now I'm feeling this, so we're going to run with it. So what I'll do is we'll just go up for our drives, a couple in. I got to turn off all these snap twos that I have on. We have zoning on everything. That's not what I want either. Hoping to go 2, but I'm going to be forced to go 3, and that's okay. We'll come up 3 here, and now we need our border. And that is not straight. That is not. Oh, you know what? This road is not straight. So I'm going to hold Alt and try to get this fixed. So let's go into Move It and see if I can straighten this out. We can fill that in with Surface Painter if we want to. Not overly concerned. I can just move that just a bit. And that my main thought there is it'll make the parking lot much easier to work with. So let's get this going. And it's still not straight. That's going to drive me crazy. We're going to get that fixed. C. Hansen, thank you so much for the super sticker. That's super cute too. Little lemon. All right. I'll just delete this road and we'll redraw it. Not a big deal. And we'll pull that right up through here. Maybe we'll even go a little bit beyond. Better to be able to work with something that's a little big and then take it down than to struggle with it being too small. And now it's perfectly straight and we can work with this. So there's 3 in here. We'll kind of mirror this and center this on the train facility. Now it's going to be a trick here, particularly with this particular mod. The reason why it's going to be a little tricky is we can't really do angles very well, so we'll need to work around that. It's also not perfectly flat, which I thought I was in a pretty good spot there, but apparently not. So I'm going to flatten this after the fact. Randy Brock, thank you so much for the super sticker. And that guy is putting in some work. So it's awesome. All right, so let's go with our border. And let's see, I'm seeing some talk about the train. Let's see, I see that Northern Isle says, so basically an upgrade of 3.3 takes 66 linear pound-feet per ton to move a train. So Northern Isle, is this acceptable? Or is this no good? That's my main question. I'm not sure. So let's come through here. What I'm going to do is just pop that around. And we're doing some things with the terrain. We'll clean it up after the fact. Not maybe the height of realism, what we're doing right now, but I'm going to look at it and say, I don't really have the ability to plan a ton here in this game in certain scenarios. So you've got to just play around and figure things out. And I'm going to need to do a lot of that as I come through here. Like, this is clearly not right. So I'll need to get that cleaned up and fixed. I'll need to pop this down or up. And I think we're going to go down. We can live with a little bit less parking. I'm always a proponent of less parking. So, which, you know, that's, in my opinion, we definitely overpark here in the US and our communities suffer for it. So we are going to, even though this is for an event venue, we'll still do this. All right, let's see. Like a short distance like that would require, okay. So Planner Pete says this would require an exception, likely from the Federal Rail Administration or something like that, if they were funding this. So I appreciate that he thinks it's possible. If he thinks it's possible, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with that. All right. So the very first thing that we're going to do is add some accessible parking. We'll add that right up front, and we're going to add a pretty significant field of it. Truthfully, we could have made a connection here, and this is backwards, so we'll need to fix that. But we'll go with this, and I'll even out all of this at the end anyway. But this is going to really bug me, so I'm going to fix this right away. There we go. And let's go ahead and add a whole bunch of parking in here. Truthfully, this aisle should probably extend through. This is where I'm going to break things, though, because I'm bad at this particular part. Yeah, that didn't work. Let's see if I can do this. Maybe it's a filler that I need to use. That's probably what it is. So I'll just clone this with the picker and send this right up. There we go. It just looks so wide. It looks bizarre. ZDG plays City Skylines. Thank you so much. Amazing city. I can't wait till the university gets to the highest level. You can do it. I agree. I'm very excited about that. It's going to happen very, very soon. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to focus on this. Let's see. I can't think of a name. It says, Phil, big parking lots aisles should be 3U apart. Then it'll work nicely. Yes. So I think we're good here now. So let's add these through and let's see, what am I seeing? Have I ever watched the YouTuber Not Just Bikes? I have. Yes. I've actually spoken with him. Not Just Bikes is in the Discord. So if you want to have an opportunity to speak, you just never know. Hop in the Discord. There's a lot of great people in there doing great things. I wonder, I could just leave it like this. Maybe that's the appropriate way of adding that drive aisle. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe build a parking ramp on the cliffside. That is a great idea. I could build a parking ramp in here. That is a great idea. Victoria, greetings, Philip from the Czech Republic and the EU. Why don't you do the simplest thing, direct connection to the campus from the stadium via a short overhead train, something like a maglev to increase the value of the university? We're going to do something, but we're not going to do that. I think we're going to stick with the theme of using all of these cable cars, and I think it's going to fit really well right here. It'll provide a unique vantage point to this absolute monstrosity of an interchange, and you'll be able to check that out as you come down and get a view of the stadium. I think it's going to be really special and really kind of the hallmark feature of this entire university. So I'm pretty excited about it. So let's see. I'm going to quickly clean this up and then I will read some chats and have a sip of my drink because I am parched. So let me just quickly rush through here and probably get a couple wrong. Oh, there's one. There's it. There it is. There's the wrong one. And how's the overlays working for everyone tonight? I changed things up a little bit. So I made the subscriber and super chat overlay a little bit smaller. I made the chat window a little bit darker. The idea there was basically that I watched it on replay and I couldn't read anything. So I thought it would look a little bit better there. Yes, hydrated and motivated. Yes. So... My anti-car rhetoric reminded me of Not Just Bikes. I'm not anti-car, not necessarily. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I just think that they have their places. Let's be honest about cars. Cars ushered in one of the some of the most prosperity that humanity has ever seen after they were invented. Working conditions improved, travel to faraway places became easier. It improved a lot of things about the world for humans. That said, the problem is we often forget that we are planning our cities for people and not for cars. And I don't think that, you drive a car, you're bad. I drive a car. I like driving my car sometimes, and that's completely fine. The problem is my car shouldn't take precedence over me as a person. So, Vey, thank you so much for gifting 20 channel memberships. That is very generous of you. That is awesome. I'm interested in seeing who got that. I'm seeing some new symbols, so very excited about that. If you got gifted a channel membership, please drop in one of the reactions in the one of the new reactions, the emotes that you have available to you. So you could do something like this. See, I'll drop one in. You got these available to you. You also have the ability to see early release videos ad-free on Vimeo. So absolutely go and check out the community tab. You'll have a couple of posts available to you with the super secret link. So City Planner Plays, can I have some basic tips while trying to build a city? Yeah, my whole tutorial series is kind of some of that. So I highly recommend you check that out. That's kind of the whole purpose of that one. So I know that it can be... City Skylines is a really intimidating game the first time you play it. And if you don't have a nice guide, it can be really, really tough. So I was hoping that has done the trick. Let's see. Pooch is in here. All right. There we go. So I think this is starting to look a little better. We've got some things still. Let's bump this down a little bit. See how that improves things. And let's look at our terrain. I've been doing some things with the topography, and not all of them are good. Like this right here, you can fix that easily. There we go. I think this is looking vastly improved, but we don't have a pedestrian connection. So that's what we need to work on now. So I'm gonna drop another pole up there. So we're definitely gonna remove this, and we're gonna replace this with our cable car. Should I add another cable car across here, or how do you guys feel about me adding another pedestrian bridge across from here? So we'll ask a poll in just a second. Cable car or bridge? All right. And here's the question. I'm going to read the chat for a little while. We'll just kind of hang out and focus on this. I'll get rid of the unified UI, which I leave up far too often. And feel free to answer that poll whenever you have a chance. So let's see. Warren, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. I really appreciate that. And I think I missed one. KCQ, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner as well. A shuttle bus would be cool. We definitely need to add a shuttle bus. We can even do that today. I think that's completely acceptable. Pooch says, hey, Phil, I was woken by the Independence Day parade, and I was supposed to awaken an hour later, but at least I caught the stream. I'm glad you're here. Very glad that you're here. Let's see. My aisle should be perpendicular to the train, not parallel. Oh, shoot. You are right. This would make the walks significantly longer. I think we'll leave these ones, but I can fix these ones. Bridge gang. I'm seeing bridge. I'm surprised, but I like it. Let's see if this holds up. So far, we've got 389 votes, and there are about, let's see how many viewers there are in here right now. About 1,000. About 1,000. So we're up to 400 now, so almost half of you have voted. I am going to fix this, and I'll come back to that in just a second. I'm going to freak out, says cryogenic stasis. Hopefully that is not because of how I've done this parking. Although I would certainly, that'd be acceptable. I'm going to try to use this. I have trees and props. That's probably not good enough. Will buildings take it away? Yes. All right. So I just really didn't want to destroy the whole parking facility if at all possible. That's Better Bulldozer. If you don't have it, it's one that I'd highly recommend picking up. It is an excellent mod and has saved my butt so many times. So many times. So let's go. We will get our accessible parking in here. And then we need to add in some of our fillers again. So we'll come through here. And just come up and down. So thank you so much for that suggestion. That was a good one. I totally missed that one. So there we go. So now it'll be really easy to populate these with this, and then I will take a look and see how the poll is going. So how's everyone doing tonight? I mentioned that I am home alone tonight, and the channel's in a weird place because of the loss of the editor, but in all, I've had a very good day. Nice, lazy Saturday, good weather, supposed to rain. It didn't, and I'm drinking a good beer and hanging out with all of you. How are you guys doing? And why don't you drop in the chat something interesting that happened to you today? I want to see what you guys are up to. There we go. That is much better. Let's see. First day of summer. Lenny, yes, I do need an editor. I'm losing Slayzilla, unfortunately. Got a couple more weeks with him, but after that, I'll be needing an editor, and I'm going to be posting something. So that'll be a lot of fun. Let's see. Wisdom teeth out. Ooh, boy. Chips and dip. That was a wild time for me. I actually lunged at the dentist after the operation because I thought that it never actually happened. So there we go. Let's see. Patrick Hills is in DC, but originally from Wausau. We have some things in common. Victoria, did I forget about the flags of the city and the state? At the stadium, I did not forget, but we did not add them yet. We definitely need to get those in there. So if I do forget, remind me. We're not going to end the stream without using some of those flags. The Federation put a lot of time and effort into those, and maybe we can. It looks like we're going with the bridge. We've added another 100 viewers, so we're a little under 50%, but we'll end the poll here. A bridge is going to be what we go with, and I think it's going to be a good fit, truthfully. And one of the other things that's going to be interesting about this is we could certainly add some of those flags to the bridge, which I think would look really great. So I'm seeing if I can improve this. There was a little bit of a break here, and I don't like the way that looks. It's a little better. There's some terrain stuff, so I'll just clean up the terrain. So we'll just pop through here and soften this. Yeah, there we go. Much, much, much better. Truthfully, we could soften a little bit more of this. Looking good. Looking good. We do have some height issues, though, since we fixed things, so we can pop that right back up. There we go. I need to get power here, and I think we're just going to jump it again with another earthquake sensor, as cheesy as that might seem. But I think it's going to do the trick. Let's look at our power. Oh, wait a minute. Really? It looks like it's connected, but it's not. And that's not going to do it for me. Let's just move it and see if it does it. There we go. There we go. We're going to get some power. There we go. All right. So I'm just going to add a stop. Since we've just added a train line, we'll just add a stop to this one. And there we go. We now have a train coming to the stadium. Not Zephyrus, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. So there we go. There we go. All right. That looks terrible there. We're going to have to put some landscaping around there to make that a little bit more palatable. And, you know, we should, I'm wondering, let's move this over here. What kind of space does this need? I'd love to have this over here, but I think I didn't leave enough room for it. I did not. That is unfortunate. Yeah, if I were to scoot this back, maybe I could fit this in. I think it'd be really valuable to have this here. Clearly it did need to be facing the right direction. I think it is. Yeah, we're going to go for it. So what we're going to do... No, we can't. Not without trimming this back a little bit. Why not in the hill? In the hill. You're thinking back here? Mainly just because I just think that that's a little bit too much cliffside cutting. We've already done a lot. So if we're going to do anything, it should probably be shrinking up this parking lot and providing the space for this. And it's not going to be fun to do this, but I think it's doable. So what I'll do is just get rid of a row of parking here. And we'll move this out of the way. And I'll dock this right here. And let's go ahead and steal our border again. I'm not sure if this is going to work. You're learning with me. Let's first of all just grab this, and when you start using Move It with this, you know you're in a rough place. So we're gonna see how that works. Oh, I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. I can use the clipping tool for that, and then we can add this here. It's not perfect, but what do you guys think? Maybe you can go over the tracks, maybe with another asset. I need to spend more time in 10 years there, and I parked everywhere I could. Yeah, too much parking, very US. Well, it is a lot of parking, but this venue probably has, I don't know. It's, first of all, it's not really anywhere close to anything, and it is, probably 50,000 people fit in there, maybe 40,000. So when you think of it from that perspective, this is very underparked, is the way I'd actually look at this for a special events venue like this. That said, yes, we will get some lights in here. We will absolutely get some lights in here. I want to add the bridge first, though. So I'm just going to steal this bridge. And we're going to get that added right over here. Now, the one thing that stinks about what I've done here is I've made it very difficult to create this bridge. I guess maybe not so bad. I'll add it right here. Let's take the snap twos off. Get this up to 0. I'm going to pop this up. We have anarchy on, and that's completely fine. And I'm going to take this up to about 8. We'll pull it over here. And then I'm going to back this down in this direction. And we'll get this cleaned up in just a second. I just want to make sure that I'm not taking out all of the landscaping. Yeah, that's going to work just fine. Just fine. And we'll save that tree. Let's see. Oh, no, we won't. It'll just go away. And we want to make sure that we're not obstructing the views there. We're not. We're looking good. Although I think I'd like to get this parallel with the stadium if at all possible. So I'm going to move this, and I will take out some of this landscaping. We don't really need it anyway, because we are changing this. And then we'll just stretch this out a little ways. Maybe even pull this over here. And what I'm thinking is we are going to... Yeah, we can do it just like this. This is fine. That's pretty good. Now, I want to see a train come through here to make sure that we're clearing this, because that's a concern. And this ramp is very high. I'd love to lower this. This is way too long. In fact, we might even need to pull it over here and stick this back this way and have a connection there. Let's see. Banger song. Yeah, that was a good one. I like that one. New music. This new music, interesting vibe. The electric violin. Yeah, this is a song that I haven't really used very often. It's been in my library forever. The library has really increased in size. I have 748 songs in the library now. So I reuse a lot of them, but you know, it's Ryan, not ADA. And I missed it because I had a sip of my drink. But I wanted to pause this. I'm just going to lower this because I think we can get away with it. And we'll see. We would need another pillar here, though, so I'm going to add a node just for the sake of a little bit of added realism. So add a node there, get our pillar going. And let's see, that looks too low to me now, which is unfortunate. Let's see, I'm going to speed this up and see if we can get a train going. Look at all those people just streaming through here. That is awesome. Look at this. I absolutely love when you get crazy pedestrian activity like this in the game. Absolutely love it. So, okay. Nope, there we go. There's our train. We can stop it. We can check our heights. It's actually better than I thought it was going to be. I am going to lower this just a bit. We'll pop into network multi-tool. We're going to slope this, and we're going to make this a moo. That broke it. Make this a bend so that we lose that bump there. I wonder, can I get rid of this one with a bend? Yes, there we go. Looks much better, except that the pillar's off now. I can manually adjust that though if I have to. There we go. And there we go. Look at that. Looking good. Looking really good. And I'm wondering, I'll get rid of that soon. For the time being, I'm just going to stretch it out and get rid of the rest of this landscaping. And I don't actually have a path here, so it's just drawing that one. And I don't love the way it's doing it. Going to pull that over there so that it lets me actually draw a path. Apparently this is the one with trees, which I was not expecting. And then I'll add this to the middle and drag this over. I'm going to use node controller and again set this to bend to try to get rid of that. There we go. That's looking better in my opinion. Let's see, Tobias Alexander. Just wanted to say thank you for everything you've done. I binged every episode of Tutoria, Verde Beach, and Clearwater County since January, and now keep up week by week. My city's finally worked. Thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat, and I appreciate the kind words. Very, very kind of you. Far slope, less crazy. What, Aloe? Have I considered doing a Michigan-style boulevard with Michigan left turns? I have. In fact, we are going to be doing something with this. I was thinking of having a Jersey jug handle in here, but I could certainly do a Michigan left turn too. We're going to do some crazy things here before we do something that is probably fairly predictable and very sad. So we'll have to see how that goes. Now it looks like this is bleeding a little bit. I don't understand what's happening here. If it thinks that it's connected, you see that it's like really stuck on that one node. So I'll just eliminate that and try again. Whoops. Let's pop back into our pedestrian facilities and we'll give this another shot. Of course, because of this one, which I'm about to delete, it's giving me lots of problems. And there it is again. I don't know what it is doing, but it's going to drive me crazy, and I'm going to need to let perfect not be the enemy of good. There, that seems like that fixes that there. Yeah, it is really struggling with this. And I'm wondering if it's because of what I've done with the nodes. There is nothing custom there, so I don't know. It's definitely weird. Do you guys have any ideas as to why that would happen? It's definitely very, very bizarre. All right, so there we go. We'll set the object height. And let's see. I'm going to see if you guys have any. What will the next city be? When will the next city be built? City Planner Place. I don't know. So Ryan asked a very good question. I'm not sure when I'm going to build the next city. I don't really plan it like that. I'm kind of going until I run out of ideas and until the story's done in each of these communities. So I don't want to be known as the guy that just kind of randomly ends things. So there will be a proper ending to all of these. And hopefully that provides some closure, because I know that is something that has frustrated me when I've watched some other series, not seeing the end and just kind of moving on. And I know that happened in the last 5B1C, and I think that we were all very regretful of that happening. It's certainly not the best solution for anyone. So there we go. I'm a little happier with that. You get lots of people using this now, walking over here and getting stuck. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am just struggling with this pedestrian bridge. And I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, now they're all turning around. Oh, there they go. There they go. So what I'm going to do is scoot this over. Do some terrain things. And we're just going to work with the game instead of working against it, because that's what I've been doing. And everyone wants to take the train home. We got to make sure that they can do that. Hop over here, do a couple of things with the node controller, set that to bend. That cleans everything up. Now we're looking good. Looking good, feeling good. Parking lot is empty. That is good, because everyone is coming here to hop on our beautiful train right here. Just love it. Stuck people, yes. Is it common for the cluster of people and cars? There's an end. This right now, yes. This is the end of a football game. So let's see if we won or lost. We don't win games because I don't fund that. So yes, they are walking across the grass. That is, I must have just done that. Let's delete what I've done and see if that fixes it. It does not seem to have fixed it. I don't know. I will, let's set slope. Maybe that'll fix it. Nope. Swear up. Well, I'm going to at least make it look as nice as I can. And I'll play with this one on my own rather than continuing to make these people jump around. How about a coffee stand or food cart next to the station? Totally needed. Yeah. Yes. So I was actually thinking of taking this area and coming through here. And I don't know that this is going to work well. But we'll give it a shot. Yeah, that's not going to work well. We're going to actually just use our concrete, ploppable concrete. Let me just switch this instead of network. And what I was thinking is we could come along here. Let's see, this is an 8x6. I don't think that's the biggest I have. Unless we got a 16, and that's too much. So I'm going to pop this here. what I was thinking is we could use this to make an area for food trucks. So a very, very fun place. So let's see, what do we have for tents? So we've got a whole bunch of these event tents, and I'll need to turn on my anarchy. Let's see, not tree anarchy. We don't want that one, but we could come here and add a whole bunch of these. So let's add a couple of these and see how they look. What I love about this is they're different colors. And I wonder, I could probably even do a line. So we'll come into here and let's turn the anarchy off. They're rotated the wrong way, but I could fix that if I come in here and we'll change the angle to 45. Nope. 90. Nope. Let's just... Now, truthfully, I'm not sure that I even like the way that this looks, so maybe we won't do it like this. Anyway, that's what we would need. We need 270-degree angle, and we can line this up. But if we do that, I think it's going to look a little awkward. So we'll place these by hand, which will be just fine. So what I'm going to do is just kind of pop some of these through here. We've also got these, which I believe are the farmers market assets that we used. Let's see, big party tent with pool. I don't know that this is going to make sense here, but let's take a look. I can't pop it here. I think this wants a park area, and I must not have park. Oh, I don't know why it's going to let me put it there, but it let me get away with it. So here we go. Let's see how this looks. That, if it weren't for... Oh, academic report lost a bunch of students. Apparently they don't like all of the losing. Yeah, this doesn't look good because, in my opinion, it's the boxes. And it looks like it's kind of like lounging at the beach. We could take this and pull this over to the beach, and maybe this wouldn't look so bad there. But even then, the ground is... It takes the ground and makes it grass, which I think is kind of unfortunate. We'd have to place it somewhere like right here, and then we're gonna, because of the way that we placed our path, it doesn't look good. So yes, invisible paths. Looks like a flea market. I think it looks, I actually don't think it looks like a flea market. I think it looks very similar to like a brat fry. So yeah, and let's see. Tyler says people from the UP Northern Wisconsin would set up a pool to tailgate in November. The polar plunge. Yes, we absolutely would. So that's not really a consideration. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the path a little bit, and I do think we're going to add a couple of these here. Just to bring some activity to this area. And we could think of that as kind of like an exclusive activity that people could take in right here. And I'll add this one here. We'll need to move the path a bit here as well. Not a big deal though. And I'll pull this up here to try to get this to fit a little bit better. There we go. I like that. I think that looks neat. So I hope that you guys enjoy that one too. Yeah, I like that. Except for this tent. This tent's really high. So we'll need to fix that. Pull this down and smooth out some of our craziness here. Here we go. All right, and I'm going to spin this around and then drop this to the terrain height. Do the same thing here and here. And maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe I should have maybe I need to just add in... Here's an idea. So I could add in some places to tailgate out here, or we could just say people are doing it in the parking lot out here, and I could add in a leisure district right here, which I think might actually be a better solution. So let's see. I'm going to add another poll. Leisure or tents. Leisure, tents. All right, there we go. And then I will pop back into the chat for just a second. So, all right, let's see. And I see that Suppressor says, I like the idea. Either one would be great, says Taluki Fox. Let's see. We've got the poll. It is up there now. Both, yes, like the leisure. Both, use Bob to delete the boxes. That is a good idea. That is a good idea. What leisure? I was thinking just some of the leisure buildings that we have. I'll probably place them individually in this particular area. What about a stage? Like the Cowboys have a stage where they have pregame shows. I don't know that I have the assets to do that right now, but that's an interesting idea. Planner Duck says, could I request the train station or something be named Victoria? We are celebrating our wedding anniversary this weekend, or today, this weekend. If not, no worries. I think we can do that right now. We'll make that the Victoria Station, and this will be named in honor of Planner Duck's wife. And maybe if for a time Planner Duck was a planner here in Van Buren, we are certainly at the very edge of it. But you never know. People sneak names in. Sometimes when nobody cares about a name, you get a name snuck in there for sentimental purposes. I'm losing students because the stadium is too far from the university. I actually don't think it's that. I think it's the overall... If we take a look at what's happening, I think we're just educating a bunch of people. And there's this natural ebb and flow. What we're going to need to do, and this is one of my frustrations with the game generally, is to be able to get our university to level 5, we're probably going to need to way overbuild our capacity. I've never been able to get away with, finding that equilibrium. You've just got to overbuild. So let's see if I can remove these crates. And I can. We're going to take the probability down to nothing. There we go. That got rid of one of them. Crate pile. Get rid of the probability there as well. There we go. You know what? That was a great idea. Thank you so much for that. Looks a million times better without that. And the sand spilling into this, and I didn't like that at first, but I kind of don't mind. You'd think that with winds coming off from the lake, you'd have a bit of sand blowing over, and it's fine. It's fine. So let's see. There we go. So Victoria has her station. Hello from Macedonia. Hello, Nicola. Looks so much better now. I agree, Batch. I agree. This song is very Bluffside Crossing. Very early. Yes, I agree. I actually can recall when this song played. I was working on the highway near the university. And during the city tour, this song played. So I don't know why. I know that, but I do. Let's see. So Sylvester says, I think you're missing a way to get to the other platform at the train station. Let's see. You are probably very correct there. You have to walk across the tracks, which is not ideal, but I don't know that it's a breaker. Are people getting over there? They're getting over there. But yeah, we should really have a pedestrian facility to get there. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe folks are just walking across the track to get there. I don't know. Let's see. Hey, Phil, hope you are well. The Bearded Guardian. Hey, Bearded Guardian. Hope you're doing well as well. Zeke, you don't have to cry for joy. I see your messages. Let's see. Can we not have a key wall? I've avoided them on the campus very purposefully. I just kind of I think that Eggsy did an excellent job with this theme, and it just, to me, looks so good that I don't even want to use a key wall. I think it looks good without it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we use some key walls? Let's see. Leisure District clearly won. So we're going to go and add the Leisure District. And then I will ask about the key walls. And we'll see how that works. So what I think... Oh, where did I just want to make sure I didn't inadvertently delete the stadium. We do have money now, though. Have you guys noticed? We went from about 200,000 all the way up to... we're at 770-ish thousand. Ebbing and flowing a little bit here and there. I feel really good about that. So that was the whole reason for today's episode building this. That has completely fixed our budget. So here we go. Let's get some guidelines on. And I'm sending a road up here. And I'm actually going to change this. Maybe this should be a pedestrian street. So let's see what I have for pedestrian streets. I don't know that I have a ton. Oh, I love that though. I love that. Let's make sure. I just want to make sure we can actually get traffic through here. So we'll come through. I want to see what vehicles are allowed here. Everything's allowed. So I'm hoping that this works. I think it's going to really, really work well. So yes, I love pedestrian streets too. These look absolutely fantastic in my opinion. And we're just going to place a couple of assets on there. So we'll come through here. And let's go to we'll come into, actually we could have some organic commercial and some leisure. So come through here and it's only showing me my assets that I've downloaded. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Doing something wrong. Do you guys know what I'm doing wrong? What am I doing? Let's see. Warren. Let's name something in the country in honor of Queen Elizabeth. And the second part of her Platinum Jubilee is happening right now. We could certainly do something. Maybe we'll make an Elizabeth's Bar or something. Right over here. Let's see. City Planner Plays, can you tell me when you are going to work on the nature reserve in Verde Beach? Yeah, it's going to be sometime soon. We are going to be focusing on the bus next. And I completely blew up the entire bus network. And we're starting over. And let's see, there's some conversation. The stadium lost power. It did. Why did it lose power? Well, we have a fix for that. And it's the height of realism. We'll just move this right there. There we go. It lost power because I moved the parking facilities. So, okay. I'm just going to need to search for some leisure buildings here. Let's see. Growable. And then we'll come through, look at our leisure. And I'll go into vanilla. And I want to have some bars. Let's see. Why don't I just place some? And we'll take a look. So some that I think might work. Not the bowling alley. That's extreme. I can't have the gym either. Arcade. It's a little bit too tall for my tastes. The club is okay. All right, you know, it's fine, but it's not. Yeah, half of these just don't seem to fit the way I was hoping. What is that? A beauty salon. That is not going to work. Restaurant, diner. That's not going to work either. This is going to work far. All right. We can have a pub. That makes sense. And maybe we'll need to go into our tourism assets and add some there. So we have a pub here. Is that the same one? Interesting. Oh, well, never mind. I'm going crazy. There we go. So we have our beach bar. We could probably do that. Souvenir shop. The souvenir shop actually makes a ton of sense here, but we're going to get rid of that. That we can't do. We can't have that little ice cream spinning in circles up there. The gay bar, we can definitely add the gay bar. Can't remember what it's called though. Let's see. Alberto, thank you so much for the super chat. I just finished Clearwater County industrial video just to find a live stream. Nice little 2-for evening surprise. Thanks for the enjoyable evening. Thank you for the enjoyable evening. Thank you for joining me here. I really appreciate that. So let's see. Beachside restaurant. That, no, that's out of place. That's really out of place. So we're not going to go with that. Let's see what else we have here. Nightclub, too big. Flex Gym, to LA. And yeah, so that's kind of what we have. So now we are going to look at our eco commercial. And what I'm thinking is we could have something nice here as well. I want to go with something with more substance. So we'll look at 4x4. So let's see. Not healthy weeds. Not an Edison dealership. What is this? Just regular eco commercial. Maybe I'm going too big. So there are, maybe it's 1x4. Yes, these. So what I'll do is I will add this. I want to turn this around and face this right here. It's a little bit too long, which is fine. We'll figure that out. We can certainly work that out. But this might be a nice way to enter into this area. We'll do the exact same thing here. So I'll turn this around. So we'll still get some of that farmer's market vibe that I was initially thinking, but I think we're going to do it a lot better. So we'll just pull this over, and then we're going to need to do something with all these buildings. What do you guys think about that? Flex Gym 2LA. Let's see. Dynamite. I'm all for a gin bar after a queen. Yes, Warren says that it would make more sense at the university naming it. Yeah, I agree with that. It could be snuck in there as a name. So it doesn't even need to be Queen's University or anything. That wouldn't make any sense. Is there a link to my music playlist? Yes, although it is a little bit out of date. If you go to the main channel page, top right, there's a Spotify list that links to much of the channel music. It is current through the end of last year, but I've gotta get some things added on. Looks great, thank you. You don't think it works here? Not the farmer's market. Okay, I agree. The farmer's market maybe is a little bit too much, but maybe this is okay. Maybe this is okay. All right, so now I want to look, instead of focusing on the vanilla assets, why don't we take a look at some of the assets that I've actually brought into the build. And we'll look for growables and commercial. And I don't think any of these are really going to work, except for maybe this. No, that's the Rite Aid. I don't know. None of those are really going to work, except for we'll go grab the bar. I know where the bar is, and we can go and grab it and steal it. So it is way out here in Bradford, next to our subway. And we'll just steal that and drop it down here. And where did it go? I didn't take it. I didn't take it. Oh no. I thought I grabbed it. Back again. We'll go back. We're gonna get that thing. We're not gonna leave it be. So the other thing I thought about doing, I'm still trying to work out, and you know what? We'll just do it this way. We'll just duplicate it, and now I know for sure. Ooh, we had a fire. Now I know for sure that I have it, but we definitely had a fire over there. All right. So we'll turn this around and add this here. And now it's a franchise. Now they've got a couple of them. We'll need to take this to terrain height because that's pretty weird right now. Raise that up. And you know what? I really like this idea. That this is better than what we were talking about initially. So they have a couple of pubs, a souvenir shop. We'll need to fix some of these vanilla assets and make them less ugly. But you could see that after a game, now you have a reason to stick around here, as opposed to before where you'd come here and just leave. Now, I wish that we had some more restaurants here, so I think we're going to add something. Why don't you drop down in the comments? Yes, this is from I think that is from the vanilla game. Many of these are, so drop down. If we're going to add something, it should be a Culver's, McDonald's, anything like that. What should we add in this area in terms of a kind of a fast food sort of restaurant? Let's see. Shadow in the Dark. Hi Phil, I love the sound of your voice in the background when you do things. Thank you so much, Shadow in the Dark. I appreciate that. Arby's, Culver's, finally. You know what? Chipotle. I don't think I have Chipotle. Five Guys. We do have. I can't remember what Five Fries. I think that's what they call it. I do love Five Guys. I was by myself today, And if I hadn't have had leftover pizza, I would have probably been at Five Guys. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is very good too. Swiss Chalet, I do not have that, but let's see. Wingstop, I do have Wingstop. That makes a lot of sense. We're gonna add a Wingstop for sure. Because I can add that easily, potentially. This might not look good. And let's see. Buffalo Wild Wings, Little Caesars, Taco Bell, Five Guys. All right, we'll go with Fry Guys. And let's see, we've got this little narrow one. Yeah, that is great. That is gonna fit so well here. All right. So I don't think that it says a drive-through. It does not, but it has parking. Let's see, we've got this other one. Yeah, we'll go. I don't think that's a drive-through. No, that's perfect. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna slide some of this stuff around. And I think I'm not feeling the karaoke, although it does have coffee, so maybe. Do we have Starbucks or something like that too? That would fit really well here, right here. So let's see, Starbucks. I do not have Starbucks. I guess I have this. I do have Starbucks. That's not the right fit though, and it seems like the scale is a bit off for this area. And you'd imagine that this would be a planned development and the scale of all of these would be carefully managed. So we're gonna definitely pay attention to that here. Coffee, let's see if I have a different one. Einstein Bagels, that's too big. I do have just a Starbucks sign. Or it's not Starbucks, it is caffeine-rich coffee. That could work too. Cheap and cheerful for Taco Bell? I don't think I have a Taco Bell. And if I do, I do have I have this KFC Taco Bell. That just seems, honestly, this seems like it would be over here. And maybe I'll just, we'll add something like that over here, but it seems a little less walkable to me than what I'm hoping for right here. You can even see that the setback in the buildings is pretty substantial. It's almost the same depth. And here, we'll drop it. Yeah, it's because of the parking. So we're looking at like, a 30-foot setback on here. I could remove that and pull it up to the street and then it might look okay. Near my university that I went to for undergrad, there was definitely a KFC Taco Bell. But yes, this is JFK Taco Cell. So, and look at that, cars right away. We're gonna get rid of that. All right, so I'm gonna move a couple of things around here, and let's move the souvenir shop. People want to go and buy a jersey afterwards. They've got to walk through this entire district. Oh, nice. They're bringing cars back here because that's what we're looking for. All right, so I'm gonna pull up Wingstop. I'm not sure that I'm sold on Wingstop. What do you guys? Yeah, Ben is absolutely right there. It's very Strody. Steak and Shake. Oh yeah, I love Steak and Shake. I don't know if those are still around though. All right, so we're gonna grab this, just spin this around, and so this one actually has three-sided architecture. So what I mean by that is 3 of the sides have very distinct articulation. So they have paid attention to, there's a lot of detail. There's a bench, it's pedestrianized. Right here, you've got these awnings and overhangs. So with that in mind, I think we're gonna put this one right on the corner so that people could, you'd be able to sit here, look in the building, and look at the other Fry Guys. You'd be able to take a look at the pedestrians crossing. So that's kind of a neat look. And then we can use that to kind of build off from this. So those are the sorts of things that, especially in a planned area, would be considerations. And we'll probably line these up and then back this off just a bit and try to get that to line up really nicely. We'll do the same thing here. I want to make sure that we're creating a nice wall of storefronts. And the unfortunate thing is it means that there's going to be a little bit of overlap with some of these assets. I don't know that there's much I can do to fix that. I can try to raise it up, but yeah, it's not going to work if I drop this down. I think the only way that I could I deleted it. So there was a way to do it. Let's see. Love the camera angle. It is, I'm just demolishing things right now instead of moving them, so that's not good. All right. So this would have been another great building. It has a really strong corner presence. So that would have been a nice one to put there as well. So what I think I'm going to do here is spread this apart and add a path through here. And that'll open up the opportunity to add some seating behind here and open up a nice little seating area. So I like it. And then here, this one doesn't really have, I mean, it's a standalone building, so we'll just add that here. Taluki Fox says, queer people are under attack in a lot of places in the US. So it's definitely reassuring to see that I support the LGBTQ community. From content creators I enjoy, especially during Pride. Yes, and that is to be, from my perspective, absolutely need support. So I'm definitely supportive. One of my cousins growing up was he came out, and it was certainly something that I know was really difficult for him, especially growing up. We were in small town America, and it shouldn't be that hard to be yourself. So definitely supportive. So there we go. I think that we're moving in a spot here where things are looking very good. Filthy Cards, Fry Guys needs patio tables. Thank you for the hundreds of hours of entertainment. Love you, Phil, from Phil. Love you too, Phil. Is his name Sam? Sam. I don't know who you're talking about, Michael. Let's see. Vote for Comic Card Store, Vic the Foxy Gamer says. Let's see. Do we have... I don't know if I have an asset. Is that a vanilla asset? Neckbeard Marine Comics logo. Is this what you're talking about? I could just... I never knew that. Is that vanilla? It is. That is awesome. That is awesome. Alleyway behind the buildings. Just add it back here. I like it. We're going to add it there. You can see that as you're coming in. We actually do need to... There's a whole bunch of parking at the building. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess there are staff vehicles and accessible parking and things of that nature. Just don't love it. But we're going to stick with it. We'll just leave it there, and I'll try to get over it. All right, so I'm going to add in this path right here, which will provide a connection here. I love that we can get these big Coca-Cola trucks back there. I'm going to also add in a path here and at the end as well. And I'll do the same thing here. So provide a couple of ways to get around. There we go. There we go. All right. Feeling good about that. What are you guys thinking? So let's see. I see that Frag Proof is doing some things, and I appreciate you, Frag Proof, for moderating this. So please be kind to our moderators and be respectful in the chat. Very, very much appreciated. All right, let's go ahead and add in a seating area. Batch, you're absolutely right. Ooh, and a kids sandbox area. Let me tell you, since becoming a parent, you never realize how helpful those sorts of things are until you're a parent and you just want to go and grab a beer or have a burger and have kids that are entertained for at least 45 minutes. So it's super helpful. We should also add some food trucks. So we'll do that as well. So let's see what we have here. We'll add some of these tables. Maybe we'll go with these university ones. See how they look. No, that's... Maybe it's not too bad. I don't know. All right, so we're going to add these. Oh. This music is not fitting. All right, so I'll move that. That is actually from, there's a secret video on the channel where a meteor struck Verde Beach while I was actually recording one of the city tours, and I released it to channel members. So, yeah, kind of a weird song. Come on. Any way to make this dog friendly? Not really, and I wouldn't necessarily think that dogs would be all that welcome here anyway, because you figure it's a stadium. Although I would assume that this would be a popular place outside of stadium times anyway. So let's see. I'm going to add in a sandbox. So we'll add that in back here so kids have something to do. Let's see. This one, actually, this one's smaller. It maybe fits a little bit better in here. And then I want to add some umbrellas and then do something about the ground. So let's see. Umbrella. Now, one of these umbrellas is terribly broken and one is not. This one I think is okay. There we go. And I could change the color of these by resetting them later if I want to. There we go. That's looking good. I am going to change these, and I'm going to zoom out because the one that's broken freaks out. So let's see. If I reset this, we get white. And I will reset this as well. Yeah, we'll reset all of these. And it won't work. These ones, they're going to just keep being... There we go. There we go. All right, so now I want to place some props down here. And what I think I'm going to do is use from our nature reserve area. I'm going to place a couple of these down, and then we're going to add in a wood fence around here, or a metal fence actually, to create some separation. And it'll seem like it's a nice little patio area that's been set up. And you guys are really getting to watch me dive into the deep end now because I'm just having a good time. So I hope that you guys are okay with all of this. See what's happening with the umbrellas under the street near the court district? Oh, I do not know. I think that those ones were okay. You're talking about in Ashland? I think that those were okay. Just a dude became an associate planner. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Heroic. Hi, Phil. Love your stuff. Always help me through the day. Any tips on getting inspired? I've been opening my city and just kind of staring at it. Yeah, look at the terrain and go into it thinking about whenever I'm lacking inspiration, I look at the city and I think, if I were living there, what would I expect to be happening right now? And if that's not inspiring me, I try to think about what people might just be pushing for based on the demand of a particular area. So, let's see. Patio besides a dumpster, though. There is a dumpster, but it's in an enclosure. So it should be fenced back here, though. I could make it feel fancy and add this. Floating umbrellas at Ashland. Oh, yes. Those umbrellas. Yeah, I really like those. That actually was an inspiration. I've seen Wassa mentioned many times in here. Wassa was the inspiration for the umbrellas. So that, it's one of the coolest things. This is not lining up perfectly. I might just move that back to where it was and try to adjust the path to do what I want it to do. I think we're going to let good enough be good enough there, and we're going to need to move the umbrellas. They're kind of not quite centered right now. So I will get rid of the props and decals and then come through and be able to select these. Oh, I'm not going to be able to. Props. Yeah, decals I can leave. There we go. Just move this to the center a bit. And I'll do the same thing here. Just move those over. And I don't want them to look completely symmetrical. I want it to feel like they move these at the end of each night. Move them in or something, or move them closer to the building. So we'll give that space there. Now, let's go ahead. And the fence I want to use, I'm going to actually steal this one before we destroy it. So I'm going to use the picker. We'll just grab this. And I think it's going to fit really well in this area. So we'll just come through here. And I'm going to have collision issues, I think. Let's see. There we go. Oh, that is awesome. I love the way that looks here. In fact, this might be the most appropriate place that I've used that. And I got to get some activity back there. We're going to do some things there as well. We'll have to visit Ashland to figure out how to get the activity there. So I'm going to, again, run this here. Distance too short. Figure that out. Just a moment. Come through here. And then I'm going to add in this crazy bit here. Mainly because I want an extra node so I can close this off against the building. And there we go. I'm going to pull this out just a little ways so that it fits a little better. We'll do the same thing here. Get this right at the corner. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm really... thank you guys so much for this idea. So this is the sort of thing that you can do in a stream. You can get this sort of idea that maybe I'm just not coming up with on my own. So that, I really appreciate that. So let's see. Jason, so much for becoming an associate planner. I'm going to take a quick break and read through some comments and have a sip of my drink. Let's see. Did I manage to fix the fence issue I was having with the fences separating weirdly? Not yet, Suppressor. I'm certainly, if anyone has any ideas on how to fix that weird fence issue. And if you're unfamiliar with what I am talking about, it is right here. Basically, the fences are separating as I place them. And I'm placing them in a straight line, and they're offsetting. You can see it really well right here. For whatever reason, this one offset. And even if I go to move it back, it's kind of clicking around like that. So I don't know if it's just this particular asset and I should stick with networks. But yeah, that's a thing. Let's see. A lot of restaurants create perfectly symmetrical tabling because it creates problems with pathing and Oh, Jay, that is very interesting. I didn't know that. I've never been a server, so that's really interesting to hear that they're not symmetrical because it creates problems for the servers. Let's come back over here. We're having problems with workers, so that's interesting. Has Superior legalized 420 for dispensaries? Not yet, but soon. Actually, Michigan has, Wisconsin is not, and Minnesota has. So I would assume that this would be some mix of the three. Considering this area, there would already be dispensaries. I think that would make some sense. So we'll do that. We'll do that. Let's see. Frank Proof, thank you for getting City Planner Place to change their name. Because that is confusing. I've looked at that, and if you could not use my name, that would be cool. Kevin Wilson, thank you so much for becoming a planner. The chat is cut off. Oh, yeah, in the video? On the video? Yeah, it looks like it's a little bit cut off. I'll have to see if I can fix that. Don't forget to stop to remove. Yes, let's remove that ice cream. That is absolutely terrible. So let's see which one it is. Billboard variation. We could just get rid of all of those in the game would be better for it. So, and I'm guessing this is billboard 3D variation here as well. There we go. Gone on both. All of those buildings are going to be better for it. There we go. Love that. So here, I think I'm going to add a few more trees. Just a couple of things back here. Especially when you look at the back of this building, this isn't particularly attractive. Let's look at what these uses are. It's a pub. You might have some stuff out here, but probably not. Not super important. And then a souvenir shop. Again, not the most attractive use, so we'll just add some trees back there. Behind the bar over here, we could do the same thing. We'll just add a tree. And that's way too big. I've found myself time and time again going to these new vanilla trees because they just are wonderful. Just absolutely wonderful. So I will continue to do that. There we go. Add that here. I really was hoping that pedestrians would see this key wall and use it, but they're not. It's pretty unfortunate in my opinion. And I want to see if I can get this to fix. I thought that before this was underneath this little brick patio, but it's not now. It's unfortunate. The only way I could fix it would be to move this back. And now we're encroaching upon all of this stuff back here. So it's fine. We will just move it back and deal. And it'll look a little bit better for it. It's completely separate, so I'm okay with it. All right, and we have all these pedestrians coming. I think it's finally time to add in our cable car. So let's focus on that. And look at this. Cars completely loaded up here. I'm curious, how's this working? Well, about 200 trips. That's pretty darn good. All right. So I'm going to pause this because I want to give the pedestrians some options. I want to just lose everybody. So we're just going to get rid of all of that. And let's get to placing this. So I'm really excited to see how this works. We are going to first add an end of line up here. And I'm going to place that over here twice so I can manually move it myself. And the main reason for that is it's not going to let me place it where I want to. So we'll take that here. We're going to pop this up to the road height. And then we're going to get it as close as we can. Okay, that's pretty good. And we need to find a way to fit this in here. And this building needs to be facing, that's going to, the biggest trick here is going to be the building facing the wrong direction. So we'll make that back to terrain height. And we take a look. We need this facing this way to be able to make a connection with this. So that's going to be a bit of a trick. So we're going to likely need to modify our key wall to make this work. And feed the pedestrians through, we're going to feed them through the bar area, which is going to make all of these business owners super happy. Pronto Ty, thank you so much for becoming an associate planner. Let's see. Benches for live music. Yeah, that's not a bad idea either. Same spawner. Yes, we will use the spawner. I always forget the name of that, but we can go over there. Cable cars limited capacity, sadly. Oh well. Let's see, bro. It's killing me. You got to put a pillar on that pedestrian bridge. I thought I got one. Right there. Right there. All right. So what I'm going to use here is we've got these zonable paved pedestrian streets, the same ones we used here. For the time being, we're going to need to level the terrain. Monkey fit. So people using the cable cars have to walk through the faculty housing area. Yes, they will have to. But it's all university owned, so they'll have to deal with that a little bit. Whoops. So let's see. Serious drop off back there. Yes. Very, very serious drop off. So hopefully this does the trick. We'll pull that up, pull this up here, and that key wall is going to mess with us. So we're going to need to move the key wall. Just have that end right here and then stretch this out. And let's see if we can make this look at all reasonable. I'm going to use some ploppable concrete right here, I think, to make this look a little bit better. And I'm a little dubious on whether this is actually going to function as anything. We're going to see. So let's see. We'll see if we can get some concrete. And Monkey Fit, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate the super chat. That means a lot to me. Control H. Yes. Control H for object height. That is right. So I need to get better about that. I'm going to try to remember that. You'd think after all these years of playing, I'd have that one down, but for whatever reason, it's never stuck. Although I've never, before becoming a content creator, was never really a big shortcut user, which is probably not a surprise to anyone who's watched the channel. So I'm going to try, this just doesn't really fit well. So this 8x1 is probably the one that fits the best, and I'll need to move the buildings a bit to make it work. So let's just give this a shot. Looks a little bit better. If I pull this up. There we go. I'm just gonna leave it there. All right. Beth Gale, hi from Australia. My disability was recently approved, so I wanted to share the love around and say thank you for the call. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support, and I hope that you're doing all right, and I appreciate you being here with me today. What about all of your hotkeys for ArcGIS? Yeah, I do know. Yeah, ArcGIS, the Adobe Creative Suite, Affinity, Final Cut. Yes, I'm a big hotkey user everywhere, Aussie man. Except for City Skylines, apparently. That's like the one spot that I just can't seem to figure it out. So, what are you going to do? All right. So I'll just scoot this down a little ways. And I will get rid of this. We can add in a patio area or something out here. In fact, just to make it simple, while we already have this up, we'll just grab our 2x2, add that right here, and then add some benches. And now there's a place to just kind of hang out back here as well. Maybe we'll go with picnic tables. So very low key, not super exciting. Just a place where someone could be outside. Yeah, that's good enough back there. And let's level this out, because that looks absolutely terrible. And I'm not sure how much I'm actually going to be able to do here because of the key wall. So that's one of the things. And there I go again, not using the hotkey. Oh, it worked. It worked. Except it ruined this. All right. I've just seen the Killers in Manchester. It's now 2:27 here. Time doesn't exist when you stream. I appreciate that. You know, I've completely lost track of time. It looks, yeah, it's almost 2 hours. Holy cow. Unpause. I'm close to unpausing. What we need to do is add in this. And that was an anarchy work, so I don't want that to disrupt this. Let's turn anarchy off and see if I can make this. Oh, it still works. All right, so let's get this thing moving and see how it looks. All these people are gonna come. Oh no, now they're all leaving. They're pulling out their cars and going. This is not straight. That is not good. We're gonna fix that. There we go. That's better. So apparently that upset enough people that they're packing it up and going home. But we got some new people using this, so that's just fine. Now here, I do want to just make sure that this is actually going to work. Let's see, Control H and drop it down. Control H, drop it down. Oh, oh, how have I not been using this hotkey? This is amazing. Poor faculty housing. It was nice and private. It was, and much of it still is, but you are on campus. So I do think that you're going to suffer with a little bit of student noise. I would imagine that you'd even see students walking through here from time to time. So I should angle the cable car towards the other one. That's not a bad idea. I could just spin this around a little bit. And then we'll come down here. I want to make sure that this pillar right here is centered on the road. Yeah, that was a great suggestion. Thank you so much. This is not great now, but we'll get that fixed. Hold on Alt and jiggle that back into place. Wow, we've got to catch one of these. So let's slow this down to 1, and I want to take a ride in one of these things. And I actually don't have the first person mod in here, but I just want to see the view. And there you go. That would be amazing. And you get to come down here, and this would be an awesome place to come before the game, grab a beer, grab a burger, grab a bite to eat, take the kids while you're hanging out, grab some Fry Guys. Love it. Bananas. Hi from your neighbor in Michigan. I'm glad I finally caught you on a live stream. Love your content. So here's the thanks. So much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. You hope that they use it. I do too. Isn't the first person mod incompatible with? Yeah, I think you're right about that. Yes. And I can't go without the Acme camera at this point. It makes my city tours so much easier to record. Things snap into place. What would happen in the past is I would go to record and it would like pop like that because of the old pathing. So this is so much better. There is a new first person mod. I will need to look for that. Oh, let's see. Bucky James says, I have used Acme and I haven't had problems. Huh, we'll need to check that out. Mascot, funny. Yes, hey Phil, I found your channel the same time I got hired for a software company that does asset management and governments. I've really been learning a lot about from the videos and how assets work for cities. Yes, asset management software is absolutely a necessity at this point. Very, very glad to hear that you're working on things like that. Would a project like this be funded by the university? Absolutely. Universities have so much money to do crazy infrastructure projects. An example, not infrastructure, but just a crazy project. At the University of Wisconsin-Madison, here where I am, there are autonomous delivery robots that go across the entire campus and will deliver you whatever food you order. It's pretty wild. I've driven past down on not University, but Johnson, and you get a red light and there's a bunch of autonomous robots going straight through the area. I just love all of this pedestrian activity. This is the kind of thing that just brings your build to life. And I know that this is removed from the build, but man, this is the kind of thing that I live for in this game. It's just so much fun to build areas like this. Let's go ahead and add some landscaping through here. We need to make this area feel a little bit better. So let's go ahead and I'm going to grab something medium. We're going to go with something custom. I just want to go through the middle with a repeating bush. And I like my bushies. Let's see how this one looks. Go with a single, maybe a little bit too big, because you'd imagine there would be some folks that would sit here and wait for the train to come and look from their vehicle, and as someone comes off the train and they want to pick them up, they'd be able to see that. So maybe we want to go with something a little bit gentler, a little bit easier to see through. Yeah, that's much better. Let's make sure we get this centered. There we go. We dropped one off over here. There we go. Feels so good. I'm gonna add in a bit of a fence back here too to protect from this rail line. Just because right now it's just a bypass track that's unused. It will not always remain unused. We will add something back here. So we're gonna add this. And there are some funky height things going on here too, so let's check those out. And look at everyone is taking the train to go home. That is awesome. So here's the other thing I didn't think about. So the cable car, it's got some utilization. It's not quite as good as I was hoping. And let's see if people are they're dipping into the ground. They're not going this way, which is unfortunate. I was hoping that would be the case. Instead, they're dropping down and coming over here. I guess part of that might just be that I haven't made this connection. The other thing I could do to try to resolve this, let's get rid of this. And we're going to do some things. Ooh, I'm getting an error about my bandwidth. Are you guys having bandwidth issues? Because if you are, I will try to resolve it. I don't know that there's a lot that I can do, but I will try. Now I'm going to add this node here, and then we'll slide this down. Actually, I will go through the network multi-tool and add a node to this to get this to look a little bit better. And then we'll straighten that out. Oh, and now we've gained some students back again. Campus attractiveness is up. Looking good. So, starting to stutter a bit. Let me see if there's anything that I can do. Otherwise, we might need to call it if I can't get this to work. Because that might be my internet dipping out. Let me see the stream health. If it's better at poor. All right, there are storms in my area right now, so it could be storms ending this. I'm gonna finish up one more thing, and then we'll call it on here. I'll pop on Discord for a little while, and then I will record a video. So let's see. I'm gonna use Control H. Try to get everything going good. I'm good now. I'm good now. All right. Yep. My stream health has returned to excellent. So good. All right. We're good. Who let that truck in? there are lots of trucks coming in. All right. I'm going to slide this back a little bit. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it here. There we go. And yeah, I think that's probably as good as it's going to get for us. It's really doing some weird bleeding things that I don't love. Maybe if I just pull this back a little ways and then set this to this height here, set that to that height there, and we've got bushes on the sidewalk. We're going to accept a bit of imperfection and be okay with that. The way that we're going to be okay with that is I will convert this to a grassy street here. Nope, that didn't work. I thought that maybe I could get away with one, but didn't quite work for me. So I didn't see this if you didn't see this. Let's see. Have I fixed the highway interchange for the housing from the stadium? No, but I appreciate you bringing that up. So I'm going to have a quick drink of a little bit of a, a little bit of a drink. Okay. So, one of the reasons why I have not added this movement through here, basically from the university onto the highway, is that would be facilitating a local movement on the highway. And there is no way that the DOT, the Department of Transportation, would be okay with that movement. They would look at that and they would say, that sounds like a local trip and it looks like you have a local road right here. So you're going to keep this local movement to your local road. You're lucky that we facilitated it through our interchange at all. So that's one of the reasons why that I did that. So there we go. Now, yeah, we're looking good here. I think that what we're gonna do, I want to check the ridership here. 24, pretty understandable. Not much here. I was thinking about potentially adding a pedestrian facility up here, but I think I might wait until we get some steps to add that facility here. So what I'm going to do, I want to clean this up just a little bit up here because the cliff is looking fairly unnatural at this point and unusual. So I'll give those folks a backyard. And then eventually we're likely to run another row of housing and end it there. Maybe not right here because of the noise, although that would be a concern here as well. So I'll have to give that some thought. I think that we're in a pretty good spot there though. So let me see. I'm going to take a look at the chat for a little while, and if you have any suggestions for the build, I will take them right now. So let's see. Use Bob to make the bush gone forever. So yeah, if I use Bob, it'll remove it from all of them though. So that's my concern. Zeke, thanks for all of your hard work, mods. Yes, thank you, mods, so much. Bob those bushes and vanilla trees. Ah, yeah, that's a good suggestion. So we're gonna go through here, and we'll do the MP9, and let's just the palm trees. I like the look of it. Let's just grab in we'll grab some young lindens, or live oaks are too big, they're distracting. We'll go with the horse chestnuts. There we go. And I think there's not much else. Oh, I guess there's some other bushes. These bushes, we will replace these with the wild hedge. And it didn't replace it. It's replacing the cars. So let me just try that again. Sometimes you gotta pop out and pop back in. Come into here and we will replace that with a bush. MP9 bush. We'll revert that, and then I wonder. Weird. What is it doing? Oh, it's a different bush. It's a different bush. Okay, so we want to replace this as well. So we will replace this bush. And then I'm wondering. Oh, it's all the sub buildings. So that's the problem with a building this big. There you go. You get these sub buildings and you've got to replace it. So all of the bigger assets in the campus area, I had to do this for as well. The ones that I replaced the bushes anyway. So let's see a couple more. Actually, I think I might like the presence of the grasses a bit more. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go with the grasses. So I'll come through here. And it's a bit putsy, but it's worth it. There we go. And one more on this side. Bush here. We'll get that with the tall grass cluster. And probably one more. Yep, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Oh, that is much better. Thank you so much for that suggestion. I can't wait till the next one. Let's see. That's from Troberg. Thank you. Sim Games TO. Hi, Phil. Longtime viewer. First time in the live chat. Great to be here. Thank you so much, Sim Games, for being here. Batch be trippin'. Did you put the kids' play park in yet? I put in a sandbox, although it's in a terrible spot. So we should move that. We're going to move that outside of this area. And we should probably have an opening then. So I added this only to remove it. So there we go. Underneath the tree. And yeah, why don't we do a little bit better? Why don't we do a little bit better? We'll add in, I believe that there is this little complex. It's too big. There. We'll add in that. There we go. That's better. Let's see. Read that as Fight Club, and yes. The purple and white. I'm going to do a county thing. Also says seal deal. And I'm going to drink Lake Como water. Okay. All right. So, I'm feeling pretty good about where we have landed today. This is the sort of thing that I think you need to spend time on. That's really difficult for me to spend time on in a video. So I think a stream is a really good fit for this. And truthfully, that might be another replacement for, Metro. Which reminds me, we wanted to get that bus in before we leave today. Adam Rubenstein, thank you so much for becoming associate planner. Really appreciate that. We are going to add in a little bit of a bus circulator before we end this today. And they're going to come all the way from Clearwater County. And I also want to add in a pedestrian. They're going to come all the way from Ashland, rather. I also want to add in one of the generators back here. So we're going to do that. And after that, I think that we're probably going to call it. And I'm going to hop in the Discord. So what we're going to do, we'll start this line here. And we're going to just work our way through campus. We're not done with the campus. The next episode is likely to be a campus-focused episode. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to make our longest trip through here We're gonna miss this dorm. We might add in another stop. And then we'll come through here. Pick some folks up around here. Stop right there, and then we'll have one stop here for the faculty. And then we're not going to pick up anyone from the train. We'll just come right here, have a stop. And I wish I had a turnaround. I really wanted to turn around, but I really don't think that we should be driving a bus on the pedestrian trails. So we're not going to do that. We'll just have a one-way circulator. I don't think we need two ways in this particular build. Actually, we do. We do. And interesting, I did not remember that it was going to do that. So we might need to think about this. And the way to fix it is likely to reverse some of these. So we'll just switch the side of the road and hopefully fix how this is working. I am getting lost, which I think happens when you realize that you've had a bus route issue. There we go. So I'll end this and then I'll add some stops. So there will be a hike from here. There's not really a lot that we can do about that. And then we'll add a stop here. We've got a stop here, a stop here, a stop here, here. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty good. And there's students, they can walk a little ways. This is definitely unfortunate. This dorm would not be pleasant. You'd have to walk down a hill, or I guess you have the cable car available to you. We'll add a reverse shuttle as well, and then we'll change our vehicle type. And we are going to need to add in a bus depot that is closer than Ashland, but I don't want to hastily do that, so we're going to hold off for the time being. Because if I were to add it now, it would just be kind of fitting it in. And I think that there would be a bigger plan for this. They would probably utilize some other space. And really, bus facilities are massive. So I want to give it the space that it needs. So there we go. We've got this. And let's make sure that we are naming this. We do have some names. That's cool. You know what? I'm okay with this. We're just going to change the color so that they're the same. Which is a great reminder of another thing I wanted to do, and we are going to take care of that as well. I went through the comments, and I didn't get any consistent naming suggestions. So I'm going to make a big poll, because we need to figure out the name of our university team. So let's see. I'm going to come through here. We have our team identity. I'm going to type in a poll, and I want you guys to vote on what the team identity should be. And then in the colors, I think I'll just kind of go with whatever seems to fit with the identity that you guys select. So let's see. Team identity. Vay, thank you so much. Let's see. Small dial-a-ride bus style bus for the circulator. That would make a ton of sense. That would make a ton of sense. Alligators. Broncos. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if it's gonna let me add that many options. We'll see. Bucks and the chirpers. I think I mean, maybe you guys like the chirpers. It's only letting me add 4 options. So I'm going to need to eliminate some options. I'm going to eliminate the alligators. That doesn't make any sense. We are going to eliminate the chirpers. We'll go with the eagles, the Lions, and I will eliminate the Spartans, considering Michigan. I'd love to go with a different name like the Otters, but I don't know that there is a way, once you have this in a university area, to change the team. So here we go. There is the new server, or the new poll. I am just... I clearly get a little bit tired during these. Yeah, Spartans is overused. Sounders is good. I do like the Otters. The Chirpers are good. Chirpers are good, I guess. Eagles, Broncos are in Michigan too. Yes, are they D1? The Eagles and Broncos? I'd like the Otters too. I don't think that... If there's a mod that you guys can think of that would allow me to change the name to something that is not in the list, I would definitely do it. But they don't let you choose a custom name. Let's see. Someone voted the Lions because I'm a Packers fan. As a Denver Broncos fan, I must vote for the Broncos. The Broncos are my AFC team. So, wow, Eagles is winning by a landslide right now. But we've only got 325 votes, and there are 1,200 of you in here. So let's see. Eagle does make sense though. I'm so Philly, so I'm going with the Eagles. I'm kind of glad it's not the Bucks, because that was the good old institute is the Bucks, and it's painful for me because I really thought that Brady was going to be gone this year, and now he's back. So. All right, I think we're going to call it. And Eagles wins. And I actually don't mind that color, so we're gonna stick with that. And they're a terrible football team. We've lost 5 games and won none. And the main reason for that is we have no coaching. I think we can afford some now, so I'm gonna crank it on these budgets and see if we start winning some games and making some money from this. So it feels nice to not have to worry about the budget anymore. Now I feel like I can actually just play. So I think we're gonna leave it here though. No, we're not. We got one more thing to do. One more thing, and then we're gonna leave it, and that is, I'm gonna steal these spawn points. So right here, you can see this person just standing there. That is a spawn point. And basically what it does is make people want to be in a place. So I can focus a couple of these here, and folks will walk over. So I'll need to turn on anarchy most likely, maybe even prop anarchy. Nope, I just need to locate it appropriately. So I'm thinking it's looking for a sidewalk or a road, a path of some kind to get here. It's being very picky. It doesn't like this area at all. Oh, it likes that. I don't know why. Coming from the building. We'll add 2 there. We'll see what that does. I'm going to speed this up and we'll see what it does. Let's see. Yes, Clearwater County's got money now. We're just making money hand over fist thanks to that absolutely wonderful industry that we have. I'm kind of curious as to how long the whole issue with the resources being depleted has been going on. But I'm not sure. I think it's been a while though. My rapper name is Young Linden. It is. Let's see. As a Bucks fan, who am I rooting for in the finals? I am rooting on both teams to lose because I don't like either of them. I didn't like the final remaining 4 teams. It was really unfortunate. The most likable team was Dallas, but they have Jason Kidd as a coach, and I just don't like Jason Kidd. So, oh, don't forget the flags. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I knew I was going to forget those. All right, so we've got a Clearwater County flag. I want to make sure that we're using, I like this plain one the most. I just think it's really classy. So we'll go with a plain Clearwater County. I'm going to go with a kind of a smaller flag. And I wonder, I want to put them right here, but I think I should reserve that for the state and the US. So, let's go ahead. Monkey Fit, thank you so much for the super chat. I love the channel. I especially love the backstories you develop and to give context and how your city is growing and changing. I've learned so much about city planning and how it realistically happens from your channel. Thank you. Thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. And thank you so much for the support. It really means a lot. You know, I don't take that for granted, and I hope that you know that. The dual flag. Oh, that's how we get our Clearwater County flag in here. So I'll put 2 of these. So yeah, I'm going to add 1 here. Maybe I'll just leave it. That's probably good enough. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't like that. Yeah, I don't love that. Not in this particular location. Let's go ahead and give this another shot. So we've got our 60-foot American flag. Put that right here. And then we have a... I don't know if I see a larger state flag. Superior. Ah, there it is. So I'm going to drop this one down just a little bit so that it's not quite as high. There we go. Subtle difference. But now I think it's legal. So there we go. And I'd love a Clearwater County flag. I just don't know where it really fits in this. So I think we'll leave it there. That said, I wonder... We've got these wall flags for... We'll go with a... I'll type in wall. Because I'm wondering if... Oh, that's not the one I was thinking of. So I want to put a flag going across the highway. So I want one of these... There's a big... vertical, that's what it is. Alright. So maybe it's not going to work. Yeah, it's going to be way too tall. I was hoping that I could drop this down. What I could do, though, is the wall flags might work. Or the light post. Maybe. Maybe it's just too much. But, yes, that was definitely needed there. Yeah, looking super good. Really liking that. All right. Yawn flag. All right. We're going to leave it here, I think. So I hope that you guys have all enjoyed this. I think this is a huge improvement. I think that the whole area really pops now and it makes a lot more sense. So I appreciate all your feedback and comments. You could drop down those wall flags on your stadium itself. That could do that. Could drop those down, and maybe I will consider that. That could look really nice as well. Truthfully, if the university had a flag, that's probably the one that I would put there. Warren, thank you so much. You are amazing in the education and ideals of how planning works. We love you. Thank you, Warren. I appreciate the super chat, and I appreciate the support. I got the wrong flags in here. That is why I've got the error. Shoot. I will definitely get those fixed. Break proof. I screwed up. So before the next one, you're going to see it. Very nice stream. I'm so happy I got to make it. Yeah, thank you so much, Grottles. That means a lot to me. I hope that you've enjoyed this. We're gonna end with our customary ending, so let's do this as we normally do it. We'll come in here. We're gonna turn on day-night cycle. I'm also gonna turn off daylight classic, and then we're gonna pop in here. There we go. Take this to 2800, and then I usually do this. Pop in once where I want to be. So we'll say right here. Once more. And then once way out here. And then I'll take this and we will get this thing running. We'll unpause this. Hope that you've enjoyed this episode. This stream, not episode. If you did, I haven't asked you to do this, but if you could hit the like button, I'd really appreciate it. If you aren't subscribed, you haven't been able to chat then, so I apologize for that. And I will really look forward to seeing you in the next one. I might be replacing some of my episodes on Thursdays with streams until the editor thing is figured out. Actually, I want to know how you feel about that, so I'm going to leave one final poll. Instead of videos. Thursday streams instead of videos. If that, I'm just curious how you guys feel about that. I'm not committing to it, but I'm curious. So the streams would probably occur, a little bit later than right now. Or I would release Clearwater County on Thursday and stream on Saturday midday. One of the two. I think midday works most. Midday my time works best for most people. So make it a Friday stream. Maybe. I'm usually doing a lot of stuff for the channel on Fridays, so it's difficult. Or I'm just hanging out watching Stranger Things. So, but yeah, if I'm streaming, it would probably be just to clean up some of these things that I struggle to get within the episodes. Let's see. We've got to get the right song. And it looks like it's an overwhelming yes. So I might consider doing that and moving Clearwater County to Thursday and streaming on Saturday. If I stream on Saturday, it'd probably be midday. It all depends. So I will end that here. Let's see. And I think that we hear the song, so we've got to run this and let's check it out. And it didn't work. I don't know what it's doing. All right, everyone. I hope that you've enjoyed this. Thank you so much for joining me, and I cannot wait to see you in the next stream. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for the super chats, and thank you so much for being here. I'm going to hop in the Discord. Hop on over there if you want to hang out. Take care. Bye-bye.